Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, across the country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbol Space Program. This episode, I guess, we're taking a step away from the career game I have. This should be the sort of a new playlist that I'm going to put together over time called Experements. I recently had a viewer challenge to launch a probe out of Kerbol, out of the Sun's sphere of influence. We're going to see if that's possible. So, we're actually going to start a new game, a new sandbox game, which honestly, I have never even played a sandbox game before. Experements. Experiments. We're going to go with easy. Yeah, we're going to go with easy just because, but I do want the comm network enabled, so custom. We don't need resources. Advanced, let's see. Yeah, range. Yeah, okay. Accept and start. So like I said, we're going to try to launch a probe out of Kerbol's, the Sun's sphere of influence, if this is possible. From what I've seen online, its feasibility is debatable. I'm not sure if it is. There's a decent chance that we are just doing nothing but summoning the Space Kraken, as Quill18 likes to say. So we're gonna, like I said, we'll launch it, we'll get it going, we'll build it in a minute. Come on, my mouse wheel is not being cooperative. We'll launch it and we'll try to escape. It'll obviously take a lot of time, but this is, again, sandbox. We don't really care. No other missions going on. I thought about doing this inside the career game I have, but that's a little bit crazy. So no, we're gonna do it here. Wow. What is it? Duna, Drez, Jewel, and Ilu. So we're gonna try to launch it outside of Kerbol's sphere of influence. However, again, from what I've seen online, its doability is debatable. Because as far as the game cares, you're always bound inside the Kerbol's sphere of influence. Unless I were to add a mod that is interstellar, where you actually do leave from one to the other, you're kind of stuck inside Kerbol's sphere of influence. But we'll see what we can do. And again, we're in the sandbox mode because we're going to use things that I haven't used yet. I've never played with the ion engines, and we're going to do that now. We'll go ahead and slap this together real quick. Got it. I actually test built a little thing earlier, and it comes up with a ridiculous amount of delta V. Thanks to MechJeb. And because we have MechJeb, we're going to let MechJeb do a lot of the heavy lifting for this thing. So, if I were to do this in the career game, I would take some science with me. So we're going to go ahead and slap on some science, just because that's kind of a realistic thing. Let's see. Solar particle. Soil moisture, no. Science Junior, always Science Junior. Those are always good. RPWS. Boop. The thermometer and pressure gauge. Orbital telescope, because we'll definitely be in a high orbit. Mystery goo. Always the mystery goo. Multispectral. Oh, position of planets. Magnetometer. Yes. I think there was one more. Yeah, we'll put the accelerometer. I don't know if we'll be able to do anything with it. We'll put that on as well. So there we have our science package. Next, we're going to need some power to run the probe core. We will need some power. We'll put that in a moment. We are going to, like I said, we're going to use the ion engines. So we're going to grab the xenon container. We're going to grab the big one. And then we're going to grab the one ion engine, right? There's only one ion. Ion? Does it... Oh. Yeah, the rest are tanks. Yeah. Fuel. There we go. You don't and see... Watch what this does. It's crazy. 14,000 delta V with this little engine, but it takes 3 hours and 11 seconds to burn all of that. So even at physics acceleration, this will take a very long time. Yay for the magic of video editing. We're going to go ahead and slap on some solar panels real quick. Let's turn on angle snap and 3, just because that's a fun number. And there we go. Put that away. Now on this side, because we do have comms enabled. I believe I pressed comms. I meant to press comms, but I didn't. We're going to put on one of these guys. Reduce that, and no, I always choose, there we go. I always choose the wrong one first when I go to rotate this piece. So there we have a nice little self-contained probe. That'll be the final bit that we send up. After that, ion extra solar probe. There. So that should be good. I mean, let's check the thing. Nothing concerning with this vehicle. Good. So now all we got to do is build things to get it up into space. That should be fairly straightforward. Tier 18. Yeah. Here, oh, do I still have my sub-assemblies? I don't. Pity. That's fine. We can easily build those from all the parts that we have access to. Take you. And then we're going to take big old orange tank. And our friend, where'd it go? The mainsail. So that right there is enough to get it into orbit. But we're not done yet. Of course not. Why would we be? We're going to go ahead and asparagus stage the crap out of this. Well, not the crap out of it. We're going to do some asparagus staging. X2, good. And then we're going to slap on my friend, the twin bore liquid engine, because that's the cool thing to do. That's what all the cool kids are doing. And of course, we're going to shift it down just a smidgen, or a lot. Good. We're going to make that aerodynamic with the big nose cone. We're also, really quick, going to add in the big reaction wheel, just to give it a little more control authority down here, down on the ground. And launch at the same time. So yeah, we got tons of delta V, and we're not even asparagus staging it yet. Let's just get that tucked in. Just there we go. Asparagus. Yeah, and that raised it up. Now it's a total of close to 5,000, almost 6,000. Good. And then lastly, just some launch clamps. I'm sorry, launch stability enhancer, which is a stupid name. We're going to go ahead and put you in your own little stage. There we go. So 18,000. And actually, you know what? In the interest of making things kind of aerodynamic and pretty, we're just going to do a small fairing. And that's on the right side of the, yeah. There we go. Still, 18, almost 19,000 meters per second for this little probe. And this is going to be pretty hefty to get it into orbit and to probably escape Kerbin's sphere of influence. It's then up to this guy to see if we can actually escape Kerbol's sphere of influence. Save. Is there anything concerning? There's nothing concerning about this vessel. We have that reaction wheel. We shouldn't need RCS. This guy should turn around on his own pretty well with this reaction wheel. This piece should turn pretty well as well. Do I want? Let's go ahead. I've had some comments about, hey, give it some fins and it'll help. So we'll go ahead and do that. Give it some turning fins. Yeah, that should make things a little more controllable. Let's not stage the fairing. I'd rather click on it and do it manually later. But we've seen this already. Let's see. Antenna, probe core, battery, things. Do I have utilities? I don't. I probably have the utility turned on to manually engage the solar panels. We'll turn that off once we get onto the launch pad, which is actually going to be, yeah, right now. All right, here we are on the launch pads. We're going to bring up the orbital info, the delta V stats, utilities really quick. Do not auto-deploy the solar panels. I don't want those to pop up. Yeah, that's all we need. I don't think I need really anything else. My one concern, I guess, I'm not sure. This is fully upgraded, and I've got an antenna on here that's decent. So I hope I can maintain control. I mean, in theory, most of the maneuvers we do are going to be closer to Kerbol, so we should have a signal, and then if it escapes and there's no signal, not the end of the world. Anywho, we have 100% signal. We cannot transmit this because the thing's not extended yet. That's okay. So, and our thrust to weight is crazy, so we're going to drop. There we go. Mouse over. Mouse, not mouse over this. I'm pressing control right now. Nothing happens. I keep forgetting about that. We're going to drop our thrust down to like there because it's going to be crazy. And yes. All right. Shall we? Oh, wow. I matched it with just about a 1.0 thrust weight ratio there with that thrust output. So we just hovered. That was kind of cool, actually. Eek! Oh, I didn't turn that on. Let's turn SAS on so we're not going all over the place. Yeah, this is a decent thrust to weight burn. So we'll get this guy into orbit. It should be a fairly standard orbital insertion. Start of gravity turn around 100 meters per second, etc., etc. So this series we're going to go into here, it's Experements. This will be the first one because I had that viewer challenge from, I think it was DC Red 123, DC Redstone 123. The viewer I named the DC Redstone rocket after. Yeah, he challenged me to do this, so we'll see if it's doable. I don't know. I haven't found much of this on YouTube already, and a couple of things I found on forums and things were from earlier versions of Kerbol. So I'm not sure what's going to happen in 1.2.1 here. But this series will be this. If there are any other viewer challenges, they might end up in here. Not really expecting any because I still don't have that many viewers yet. But things are building. And then on top of that, I had discussed earlier doing some spaceplane experiments, seeing like the smallest vessel I could get into orbit that's a spaceplane with the fewest parts or whatever, little things like that. So that might be something we take a look at as well. We're going to push us over just a little more, just to get that prograde marker moving over. And then we'll just lock to prograde. These things have such ridiculous thrust authority. We're running at a third power, 13 seconds. We have close to 40 seconds of fuel left just at this stage. So this is fairly overpowered, but that's okay. But you've seen orbital insertions. I'm going to go ahead and get this into orbit, and then I will be back with you guys in orbit in just a moment. Alright, so we are in orbit now. That was fairly straightforward. That was a bit more of a vertical trajectory to take off and whatnot. But once I got up there, maneuver node, mech jeb, hey, do the maneuver for me. So we can go ahead and pop this. Goodbye. We can deploy the antenna and all the solar panels. And I know this is sandbox mode, so I had access to the control groups, but I was just too lazy. Yeah, I was too lazy to do that. I'm not a huge fan of the way control groups work in Kerbal Space Program. Personally, I would like to be able to edit them on the fly, but that doesn't happen. All right, quick save. So we are in orbit. And I think, let's see, if we're going to do this as if we were going to be going, you know, to, say, Duna. So we want, we're actually not lined up for Duna at all. But we want to take off so that it would be, not take off, we want to burn, effectively prograde to Kerbin's orbit. So that means we want to burn about here-ish on this side. We want to start the maneuver node, because you can see the orbital path there. It's going to disappear. It fades away. Ooh, that's coming up in just a minute. Let's start it here. Add maneuver. And we just burn the crap out of it. 1,000. Yeah, that should be getting us on our way to a higher orbit than Kerbin. Yeah. So we're already at a close to Duna's orbit. But if we keep burning... Keep burning. And this is further than I've ever taken anything in Kerbal Space Program. So this is a giant, crazy experiment for me. So that right there is going to use up all the fuel in that stage. So, I mean, I actually stopped that right on the mark. 1955.9, 1957. So, honestly, I could hit go when the time comes for this and just let it go the whole time, even though it would be a 23-second burn. Yeah, we might as well do. Well, now, you know what? We'll let MechJeb do it just because I know MechJeb will line it up and it'll get it done. But anyway, we'll do this, and then after that, we'll ditch that stage and move from there with the ion thrusters and kind of see what we get with that stage. Execute that node, my MechJebby friend. 23-second burn in about 6.5 minutes, or 6 minutes 45 seconds. And auto warping. Oh, we can probably just actually watch it from here. There we go. We can transmit, signal strength, everything's good, everything's just grand. Let me go really quick, and you are not a probe, you are a probe, you are not a relay. That's one thing that I get a little annoyed with. Yes, it has a tiny relay satellite on it, or relay antenna on it, but I want it to be an actual probe. So we should be popping out to, yep, there it is, and then past Kerbol's or Kerbin's, I'm sorry, past Kerbin's orbit, and out almost to Joules. Yeah, close to Joules. So at this point, we can just go ahead and stop, and yep, just burnt the last of that fuel off. So that stage has been spent. Yes, good. Staged, and we stage the little ion engine, the little bitty baby ion engine. So at this point now, if we were to, I mean, we're in Kerbin's sphere of influence still, so there are some benefits from what the Hobart effect and different things like that. So if we were to say add a maneuver here in 4 minutes that burns prograde even more, ooh, and where are you? There you are. That's going to be kind of hard though. That doesn't do much. Oh, no, it actually does a fair amount. Wow, that does a lot. So if we... Oh, wow. There it goes. That looks like it escapes Kerbol's sphere influence, but it's probably just... That's the boundaries for the game's... The system's skybox, if you will. So, in that case, let's... Because that's coming up pretty soon. Let's just say, hey, MechJeb, do it. And it's already there, and it's going to take forever to do this. Oh, but that's really cool looking. That is really cool looking. I've never, like I said, I've never played with ion engines before, so that's a really, really neat thing. These guys take up energy, don't they? Yes, they do. And where are we with regards to Kerbin's day-night cycle? Come on, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. We are on the far side, just about as far away as you can get. Our power is not really going to last that long, I don't think. Maybe I should have packed on more power. I forgot ion engines require electricity. Well, let's go ahead and quick save, even though we are accelerating. We're going to physics warp, because we can. And we're going to watch that, the charge there. They are, whoop. Camera change again? Are we already, like, escaping Kerbol's sphere of influence? No, we can't be. No, because we come back. We have our periapsis there. We come back to it. But that was where the camera did change. Our apoapsis is growing. Nope, that was actually retracting. Interesting. Oh, we're out of power, that's why. We are being pulled down a little bit by Kerbin's, I'm sorry, gravity. So let's just physics warp, or time warp. Oh, abort. And remove. Let's get into the sunlight, shall we? There we go. Okay, so now that we have sunlight and we're not blocked by Kerbin, because now it won't matter. Actually, you know what? No, we don't even need that. We can just set the thing, come on, the thing to prograde. and burn. Yeah, and we are burning. We are prograde because we are still, this orbit until we leave Kerbin's sphere of influence. So it'll just hold a prograde, and that's going to slowly move over. And this should slowly, oh so slowly, be redirecting our orbit. Are we gaining? Yeah, we are. Little changes now make big differences later, except that we're using up electricity again. Okay, let's stop. Let that electricity build up. We're going to let that fill up all the way. Time warping. Okay, so perhaps packing on more energy would have been a better idea. Yeah, that uses up electricity pretty quick. Maybe I should have done this with some Gigantors or just with more battery storage. That's interesting. Like I said, I've never used the ion engines. But this maneuver looked like it was only going to take a few thousand delta Vs to actually escape Kerbol's sphere of influence. I mean, and it's still... That's climbing up millions of meters every second, every moment. So we might, I'll let the power shrink down to about, 200, and then stop, recharge, and then go again. We don't need that. We don't really need you anymore, because your orbital information is kind of useless. Because we're still here at Kerbin. But look, we're barely moving up. We're barely changing our delta V. It's like 1 meter per 1 meter. We are accelerating at about half a meter per second. Yes, half a meter per second squared. Numbers, math. Let's time warp, physics warp, because we are thrusting. Like I said, I'm going to let the electrical charge get down to about 200. Stop it, let it recharge, and then go. There we go. Let's kill the thrust. Let it build up. Oh, we can warp again. There we go. Prograde Z. We're thrusting again, and power is burning oh so slowly. And we can physics warp one more time. Let's take a look at this again, because God, that looks that blue contrail like that looks really cool. The hexagons there, that's like the future. It is the future. Yeah, I totally forgot that these ion engines were using electricity. So, note to self: pack a little more electrical punch next time. How we do? Still going. Okay, still climbing, and we've just sipped at the xenon gas quote fuel, and from what what is it Scott Manley or Quill18 recently said, it's not actually fuel. It's not burning the fuel. Ooh, let's stop and build up the power again. It's not actually fuel. It's ejecta that's being electrified as it goes out, something like that. It's not burning fuel in the traditional sense. Yeah. So perhaps, and I might try this in my career game, perhaps if I get a mission now to do something from, like, say, the sun, or for Kerbol, like low orbit of Kerbol, maybe I'll do it with an ion engine, because that's doing a lot. That's crazy. And I think I also read on a forum or something somewhere, somebody said to launch... What was it? Was it to launch... Maybe it was just for a straight escape. I think it was, if you're on Kerbin at the Space Center, launch at sunset northbound. And that would make sense, because you would launch and come up and over and go that way. I thought it was to launch and go up and galactic north up. But I think he meant launch to go straight that way, which is not necessary. Oh, we're not physics warping. I'm sorry. Stretching things out a bit. I didn't mean to like that. So we'll try this for another cycle or two of charging, and then if I really just can't get it to get there yet, I'll put a cut in and come back when I can get it to escape. And we're gonna let it go down a little more, little more, little more. There we go. Okay, X. And we can time warp. Kill that time warp, and Z again, throttle all the way up. I mean, and what was it before? It was something. Let's see. I want to take a look. Come on, at what that thing was. Add maneuver. I know that's going to move, so whatever. Pull that out. Another 400 meters per second. I'm trying to find that spot where it escaped. There we go. So it's only another 500 meters per second, and it's going to be... I'm trying to get an idea for what the game's Skybox, what have you, Apple Apsis is. There. Oh, yep. So that's gone. $44. Oh God, how many commas is that? In 33,507 years, 29 days and 3 hours. Wow. That's just a little bit insane. Obviously, we can make it escape, but to actually get it to escape is the other question. Oh, wow. Well, that's our Apple Apsis is way out there. But if we, give it just one more little nudge, wow. Wow. That's just a little bit crazy. Just a wee bit crazy. I mean, right now we're burning prograde anyway, so it's taking away from this because we're already satisfying some of this. Anywho, jeez. Physics warp. This says it's going to take another 5 minutes or so. Well, it would if this was the actual maneuver. Yeah, and it only burns for like a minute and a half or so at a time before needing to cycle the fuel, or cycle the power up. Alright, now it's just the cycle of physics warp, stop. Time warp, stop. Physics warp, stop. Time warp, stop. To get it to escape. But we're slowly approaching, and that's just climbing. Oh, wow. Look at that number. That's just a little bit crazy. That's just crazy. We might actually get there on this power cycle. If not, I think on the next one. And I don't think... God, that's already in 80 years. You can't even time warp to get there in anything like a reasonable amount of time. Let's go ahead and stop. Cancel that. Let the charge build up again. And stop. And Z. So, quick save. Just in case we summon the Space Kraken and the game breaks because it doesn't understand just how far away this is. See, I can't even... Oh, no, I can. Okay. I thought I couldn't even click on that anymore. 200 years. I couldn't physics warp, or I'm sorry, time warp up to that in anything reasonable. The fastest a time warp goes is 10,000? 100,000. 100,000. I don't think that's even doable. Oh, we're not. We are time warping now. Okay. Oh, no, we weren't. Maybe we weren't. I don't know. Oh. And there we go. So we are on an escape trajectory from the Kerbol system, the solar system here that we have. Wow. Okay, so it looks, according to map mode, it looks like it's doable. Whether or not we can actually get it out there, I don't know. Let's quick save again. there. I just want to get out of Kerbin's sphere of influence, and then we'll see if this dead-end line holds true, or if once we get actually on this line, it says, nope, you're going to come back. I think effectively the way the game works is you almost always are going to come back eventually. I think the ship might just slow down to like nothing further out. How's our signal? 99. Cool. It was turning out to be a bit longer than I thought it would be. Okay. Okay, so we are now on... we are now on that solar orbit. Come on. Can I zoom out? There we go. Mouse is being a little screwy there. And it's staying true that we are not coming back. There is no apoapsis. Let's see. Again, summoning the Space Kraken. What's our orbital info? Apoapsis is negative. So that means there's not. It is on an escape trajectory. So I think, I can't remember what exactly he asked me to do, whether it was to actually escape or to be on the escape from the Kohler orbit from Kerbol. Let's see, again, quick saving, because this might break things. Let's try to go as far as we can. 53 years. Wow. Okay. Warp here? And we lost all signal. Wow, really? That was quick. Interesting. So now I know something about how well the probes are going to do if I ever launch something else. That's good. We're not going to do anything else with this guy anyway. We weren't going to do anything. And wow, the rate at which this guy is yeah, this is going to take forever. And I don't really feel the need to do that. Is there... Can I wonder if... Okay, hold on. Let's stop. Yeah. Cancel the time warp. Let's quick save real quick. Oop, no. I can't go back to the space. It doesn't go faster from the space center, does it? I think it's gonna be the same 100,000 times. It just things always look faster at the space center for some reason. Tracking station. On escape trajectory out of the sun, so it acknowledges it's escaping, and I can't. Yeah, that's still, the days are just ticking up, and this was what, a few years away. So that's not something that we're gonna do, because that's gonna take forever. But I did succeed in putting a space probe on an extrasolar journey. She's going on her way to leave the sun's sphere of influence. Yeah, that actually wasn't that hard, wasn't that bad, and ion engines are kind of fun. They're kind of cool looking. Unfortunately, I have no power over her now, so I can't do anything else with it. I couldn't return it even if I wanted to, because the signal is not there. Good to know. Oh, what is that? 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 What is this? What is this? What is that line? Do you guys see that? But it goes... Come on, come back. So it goes... Oh, I wonder... Oh. I bet I know what this is. I bet I know. In things I read online, what is it? Some guy said that he could see his space probe or whatever to north, south, east, and west. North, south, east, and west. It showed up at all four corners of the map. I wonder if this is... Oh, yeah. And somebody else say it'll come through on the other side. So I wonder if this is the probe escaping, and then popping on the other side and coming back through again. That's very possible, considering it's very close to a straight line with that. Oh, there was two of them. So that's very, very possible that that's kind of what this ends up doing. And here we are, as far out as I have been. I'll take one more quick little hop in with this guy, and C. And I know what I play this on easy mode, so it's not a big deal. But I have limited control. Yeah, I think I can still. Can I do anything? I can. I effectively have almost full control. I don't think I can throttle up and down. No, but I could go full throttle or no throttle. But we're not going to, because that's why. Why do anything else with it? Yeah, this guy just is not strong enough to do stiff. So if I do this again, slap a bigger antenna on top. But this is a good thing to know for sending things to, to Duna and Eve and whatnot. I'll need relays and better antennas than just this guy. Because this guy's, I think this guy looks really cool, but by himself, it is not enough. Oh, that ion engine, though, we're just going to give it just because, hey, why not? Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like, hit subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, pass the word. Hopefully more episodes in this experiment playthrough, or playing to come in the future. Again, thanks for watching. I will catch you later.